Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Your host Superman in the house. Of course, the first live stream of the day. A big welcome, and I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just setting up a bit of the channel there. So there we go. Bam, we are in. And of course, we're going to start off with the stock market. We're going to get into crypto. Obviously, the Richard Hart ecosystem with all the tokens that are in there now. And we've got 4. We're going to have 9 at the end by the end of the September. Woo! Rock on in the Hex ecosystem. In other words, it's going to be absolutely epic. And this is before Pulsechain launches. It's going to be mind-blowing when Pulsechain launches. We're going to have so many tokens and trading pairs galore. I think all the combinations of trading pairs is going to be pretty insane. We already got that with the Hex ecosystem. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, welcome to everybody. Hope you guys are having a good time. And, of course, we're going to get into a lot more than that. We're going to get into all the BNB charts, the airdrop charts, related token charts, Hex daily stats later on. Stay tuned for that. We're waiting patiently. 1 day closer as well to Pulsechain. Can you believe it? 1 day closer, whenever that will be. We're 1 day closer. I've got a poll up at the moment. Which token is a better buy in the short term for the best price appreciation? Which token is the better buy in the short term for the best price appreciation? We've got Hedron, Hex, Icosa, and Maxi. Let us know. We'll have a look there. Someone asked in the Discord. And, of course, we're going to have a look at that. So stay tuned. We'll check that out towards the end of the live stream. How about that? And let's get into it. We've got a few people in the chat there. So let's get into that. And then we're going to get into the stock market results overnight. Where are we going to go there? We're going to have a look at we're going to go to Brian. Brian was in first. Hey, good to see Brian, head of our moderator and community leader. I love Brian, man. Keep up great work, Brian. First with the first thirst for knowledge, says Briz. Good to see Briz in the house, and KD as well, a third place. And nice to see KD too. Crypto Freedom says, good afternoon, Superman. And of course, pump this bear market up, says Crypto Freedom. That's right. That's what we're trying to do. We've got a bit of a window of opportunity till about the 15th of September. So hopefully we're going to get some good results in the next few weeks. I have a little bit of good news potentially around the markets generally. So let's hopefully we're going to talk about that in a second. We got Brennan in the house there. Okay, let's go, says Brennan. Absolutely. And we've got James Bond in the house as well. Good to see James Bond. So some of the Hex Token channel members. Tintop's in the house there. What's up? Good to see Tintop. And Brazolgi as well. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. And Katie, hey there, Superman. Like the new clean cut. Thanks, man. We're going all military. I got to make sure I don't sit crooked. It looks a bit weird when I sit crooked. It's getting a bit, just got to make sure I stand up straight there. Just like in the army. Easy says, Hedron, boom, told you guys to load up at lows. Let's go, says Easy. Well done, Easy, on the Hedron. We're going to talk about Hedron coming up. Hedron is doing better than I expected the last couple of days, comparable to where it could have gone after the WhatsApp NFTs. So that's good news for Hedron holders. Ted Nelson, food evening, everybody. Food evening? Oh, you eating a lot of food at the moment, Ted? I'm trying to diet at the moment. I'm on diet. So, actually, let's get it. I've got the results here. I'm on day 4 today. I'm going after this live stream. I'm going for my day 4 walk, and of course, this is my results from day 1, day 2, day 3. These are my results. Now, I want to do some vlogs on this, so I thought I'd do some vlogs around that. I know other people are doing it, Jim at Crypto and People, so I thought I'd do it. And I'm starting from a big high level. I want to get down and shed a lot of weight and get fit and all the rest of it. So far in 3 days, I've lost 1.7 kgs, 1.7 kgs in 3 days. Today is a very important day, and tomorrow as well. They're kind of that psychological hurdle, that habit, of course, starting to build that habit. And day 4 and 5, very important. Day 3 was probably pretty tough yesterday, but day 4 or 5 is so important to build on that and start getting that first week in play. So 1.7 kg so far in 3 days, not bad. I haven't weighed myself today. I'm going to weigh myself before I go out for my walk, and then I'll add that in, and I'll keep you guys up to date there on that one. Woohoo! Let me know in the chat if you want me to do some vlogs around that. I think it was kind of a cool thing to do, and I've only just started day 4 today. Let's see how we get on. Now, I've got a walk, right? I'm doing a walk after this. That's how I'm doing that. And, of course, changing my diet quite dramatically. When I say dramatically, I just mean from things I shouldn't eat to things I should eat. Rather than not eating enough. Let me put it that way. Mayo says, hey, Hex family, good to see you, Mayo. And, of course, Hexon from Hexco, it would be great to any of the tokens in our system. Pump, says Hexon. I like that. Smash it and ring it, says Ted. Military, yeah, military hardcore. Private Superman reporting. Is it what we've got? Or we say let's promote ourselves. Major Superman reporting. Wookie is on fire. Superman is lit. Hey, Wookie, good to see you. November the 13th, CCC. I'm not sure what November 13th. Did I mention something around that? I can't remember. November the 13th, 14th. You're talking about the HSI auctions, the Hex auctions there for Hedgehoghedron. This may be bullish tweet I've ever seen. CNBC. Hey, we might pull that up there, Briz. Remind me later. Wookie's in the house there. Good to see Wookie. Congrats on the KG's loss, Superman. I appreciate that, Briz. And of course, Iron Hex there. What's up, Superman? Is he in house there? Yeah. What I can tell you, are shredding, cutting up, bro. Keep the good work. Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, easy, but I'm making a start. I made a good start. Well done, Superman, says Brennan. Good on your boss. And says Brian, Wookie, don't told you Hedron is Jedi Master, like Woody. Wookie, I called Wookie Woody. Woody. All right, so there we go. Yes, walk and talk vlogs in New Zealand is beautiful, says Brennan. Yeah, I will be doing those. I've got my gimbal from Brian. Brian sent me a gimbal. Can you see the gimbal? Brian sent me the gimbal, so I'm just trying to queue up a camera. It's been taking a bit longer than I expected, so just the way it goes. Anyway, it's a bit more complicated, but I'm going to get there. Nice one, Superman. Love to see some mower hunting vids. Yeah, I want to do that, James. I want to hunt some mowers. Yes, more walking vlogs. Cool. I'm going to do some of those, Brian. Walk, run. Yeah, I like walk, run's the next phase. Walking first. I'm doing decent distances, but walk, run is the next phase. That's kind of where we're going to go with that. Dan's in house there. Hey, Superman, good to see you. Morning all. Hey, Dan, good to see you. And Sam D as well. Let's get into it, folks. Stock market news. Let's go. And of course, we will get into it. So there we are. Let's have a look at the market prices here. We've got the Dow Jones. Now, the Dow Jones, the top 30 industrial firms in America, that is down 280 points, just under 0.9% at 31,510. So it's down again. Remember, Monday was down about 0.5%. Tuesday was a bit of a recovery, and of course, Wednesday is down at 280 points there. So not too close, not too different to what I expected to get this week. Remember, if you recall, a little different, but not too much different. Just the Tuesday would have been Wednesday instead of Monday, Tuesday. So a little bit different there, but not too different at this stage. The S&P 500 down 31 points, or 0.8% down to 3,955. The NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it is down 67 points, which is just over 0.5% down, which is not too bad for the tech stocks, right? That's not too bad. And that's down to 11,816. Now, there will be a little bit of good news around this, so we'll talk about that. And I might come back to Briz's tweet that I haven't looked at yet. So let me have a look at that. We've got S&P 500, VIX down 1.3%, so it's the volatility index. And the dollar there just slightly down at 108.6 against its trading partners. That's pretty much it. The futures markets open at the moment. They're down at the moment, but they may turn around. There's a long way to go for that. Let's have a look at the oil. Oil is down to almost $3 for Brent oil at $95, down 3%. So that's positive. Good for inflation. And of course, that is a positive sign. Obviously, if you're in energy markets, that will be bearish for that. But yeah, that's good signs for the oil. Gold is down $6 to $1,720. Remember, that was over $1,800 not too long ago. That's down at $1,720. Silver down at $1,780, and that's down almost 10 cents there. And of course, food down slightly as well. So there we are. Markets down a little bit there. Not too bad though. So let's look at the commentary. Dow slides as rate hike jitters. Cool bullish bets. So that's kind of the title there. Excuse me. The Dow slipped Wednesday after struggling to hold early day gains as Federal Reserve officials talk up rate hikes to keep bullish bets on the sideline. So there were some early day gains for the Wednesday, but they ended up being closed out. Big tech traded mixed after retreating from session highs as rate hikes feared persisted, pushing up treasury yields and souring investor sentiment on growth sectors of the market. Obviously, this is a commentary, so they're going to use certain words, but they're trying to do their best to reflect what's happening in the market. So, as you know, on this channel, we've been talking about the fact that The interest rate hikes are really, really fundamentally important for all markets because we're moving from cheap money to less cheap money, and eventually we will move to expensive money potentially. That's what we're worried about, moving to expensive money because that changes all. The markets are inversely related to that, so that's what we're worried about there. So big tech traded mixed after retreating from session highs as rate hike fears persisted. So we'll look at that. Now, the Cleveland Federal Reserve President Loretta Mester said Wednesday the Fed would need to lift the Fed's funds rate up to somewhat above 4% by early next year and hold it there. So at the moment, the Fed's fund rate is 2.25 to 2.5%. So we're possibly looking, a September rise and possibly a November rise before early next year. The worst case scenario is for the interest rates to keep rising into 2023. That'd be the really, really bad indicator there. Obviously, to tackle inflation, it might be it's a blunt instrument and be seen as the right direction. But for market asset prices, that's a bad thing. The recent remarks from the Fed, excuse me, recent remarks from the Fed members that followed Powell's hawkish commentary last week has pushed the odds of a 75 basis point rate hike at September meeting to 70%. So 70% there. You can see that's a pretty big deal there. So between 3 and 3.25, it's now gone up to 73% of people think that it's going to get up into that level there. So only 27% think it's going to be like a 50% rate hike. So just take that into account. So I'm in the 75 basis point camp. I think that's probably where we'll end up. Qualcomm fell more than 1% to weigh on. Let me jump through that. Materials, meanwhile, were under pressure as commodity prices slipped on fresh worries about the impacts of lockdowns in China on global growth after key cities, including these following countries, had these outbreaks. We're going to jump past that. Energy added to its slump from a day earlier as oil prices fell as fears about the impact of slowing global growth on energy demand. So this is following the interest rate narrative is a slowdown in the global economy, and that would slow down oil demand. Now, this is a little bit misleading. What we're seeing is that in the US and Europe have been putting these sanctions on Russia. And of course, Russia is actually selling their oil to other trading partners, and they can basically completely bypassing the sanctions. And with the high oil prices, they're actually pretty much making more than they were before the sanctions. And what's ironic about that is they're selling a lot of oil to China, and China, get this, is selling it to Europe because they're getting it at cheaper prices. So basically, if you see any stories out there about how Russia's suffering from a revenue point of view, they're false, because that's just propaganda that you're looking at. The reality is that they are sidelining. They have got new customers. They're selling cheaper oil to them from Russia. And of course, then that's getting resold, ironically, back to the people putting the sanctions on in Europe. So it's pretty hilarious. All right, so cool. The other thing, of course, is that Russia could end up, already with France has turned off gas supply to France, and they could end up pushing Europe into a cold winter, and of course by turning off the gas. So this is stuff that we'll possibly see in the weeks and months ahead. So just stay tuned for that because that's when you it's interesting. The previous administration said that this is the risk, but the current administration and their worldview ignored all the obvious things that were coming down there. The latest wobble on the broader market has pushed stocks into moderately oversold territory. So this is the positive side. So you wanted some positive. We looked at the orange and the mixed results there. But the latest, this is kind of the upside here. So we're finishing with the upside. The latest wobble in the broader market has pushed stocks into moderately oversold territory. Janie Montgomery Scott said in a note, and paves the way for potential counter trend rally efforts as early as this week. So we may see that on Thursday, Friday, potentially next week. And of course, we're also going to talk about crypto with the ETH merge coming up, and that's positive as well. So we're going to talk about that. So that's kind of the green lining, as it were. Let's have a quick look back at. I'm going to try and pull up that tweet. I'm not sure what Brazolji was tweeting there with that tweet, or at least referencing. But let's have a look at that tweet. So let me pull that one up. It's going to take me a second to do that. I'm not sure what it's about. Hopefully it's around the stock market, but we'll find out. Let's go back up here. I see. Okay, that's more around crypto. So we'll pull it up around crypto. So there's pretty much a wrap of our stock market stuff there. We're going to jump into crypto. We've got BTC was hanging on to 20K. There it is. Woohoo! It's trying to hang on still. We obviously got up to 20,400 or something. And of course, now is still up 0.75% on the day. We got ETH at 1548. I might bring in that little Kramer video. I can't believe you posted this one, Briz, because this guy, I really don't. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this guy. Kramer also says avoid all speculative investments like cryptos. The Fed stays hawkish. Well, that's true for all markets. So I would agree with him on this, but of course, within crypto, there are always opportunities, just like on stock markets when the interest rates rises. So even though asset prices are investor-related interest rates, there are always a good picks in the bunch. So that's what I'd say about that. We got Ethereum there at 1548 as well. We got BNB at 278, down 1.5%. That's pretty cool. What else we got there? Let's have a look. I'm going to close down some of this. Let's go back to there in the studio. Let me not forget where I'm up to here at this stage. I think I'm up to there, so that's cool. All right, so Richard Hart posted this around crypto, around Mt. Gox. And of course, it looks like they've got some sort of start date here on the 15th September for Mt. Gox. So obviously with the ETH merge coming up, expected on the 15th of September, that's positive. Interestingly enough, it looks like the start date for Mt. Gox is the 15th September. That being said, it's interesting they both collide. One's good news, one's not so good news. But of course, the ETH merge could be sell the rumor as well, so it could be not so good either. But up until that point, it's positive. So next week we could possibly have, maybe the end of this week, beginning of next week, could possibly have a bit of a stock market rebound. And we've also got potentially for the ETH price to run again, have a second chance at running in the lead up to ETH.2. Obviously the merge, not inevitable, of course. The merge, of course, is around moving to a proof of stake system. So it's not inevitable, but a good chance of it. And this is an article back on August the 29th. And of course, this was on Cointelegraph. Mt. Gox creditors dismiss rumors of mass Bitcoin dump. And of course, Mt. Gox creditor Eric Wall said that at the moment, creditors are still unable to register where the funds should be sent to. And of course, as rumors about an upcoming Bitcoin dump float on Twitter, Mt. Gox creditors took to the social media platform to say that the rumors are all false, with one highlighting that the defunct exchange repayment system is still not yet live. So that's important. And a Twitter thread, Eric Wall introduced himself as Mt. Gox creditor and confirmed that there would not be a 137,000 BTC dump, countering the rumors floating around on social media. According to Wall, the exchange has not yet completed the infrastructure needed to commence the repayment. Wall also said that at the moment, people are still unable to register where to send the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash payments. That's the other thing. You can get Bitcoin and or Bitcoin Cash. Obviously, the creditor also believes that payments should occur in various installments. And this is the key thing that I've been saying. This is what I think is the difference. Also believes that payments should occur in various installments. And if people get it paid in this, then they don't need to sell that down. And of course, even if they sold all the Bitcoin down, it'd be like 8%. And yeah, it could get cause a roll where people jump on, shorters jump on, everything else, and push the price down. But of course, if it gets paid out in these and is also on various installments, then that would mitigate a likely catalyst for shorters to push it down. Yeah, some interesting stuff. We'll see it out. I think this is probably the way it's going to play out. Dismissing the fears that thousands of Bitcoin will be sold at once, dumping the cryptocurrency's price. We'll also note that the crypto exchange has not yet provided a timeline detailing when it will be proceeding with its repayment process. Following this, the creditor argued that even if BTC were released, he would rather buy than sell because of the current market conditions. Eight Global CEO Michael van der Poel highlighted that the distribution will be delayed, he tweeted. So there we are. Mt. Gox will not be releasing a Bitcoin, and the distribution once again. The entire crypto space was stressing out heavily on this, but unwarranted. Marshall Hayner, another Mt. Gox creditor, confirmed that they are not close to receiving their BTC. Hayner assured that the community that many people who will be getting their payments from the exchange do not intend to sell the Bitcoin. And I would agree with that. I would say that it's true. In July, Nobek Kobashi, the appointed rehabilitation trustee in the Mt. Gox rehabilitation plan, confirmed that the exchange is preparing to pay back its creditors. And of course, in the released official document, the exchange noted that the account holders would have the option to receive payments in BTC or BCH. The rehabilitation plan was first approved in 2021. However, from the 850 BTC owed, the exchange only has 150,000 BTC to pay its creditors. And of course, there is a BTC tracker as well. And of course, we've got that here. So let's pull that up. And that is it there. You can see at the moment there's 137,891 BTC remaining in the accounts there. And the last transaction was on the 27th of April last year. So that is where that's going. So this has a start date 15th September, but of course may be later. So, and it may be broken up, as we say, and people may just get BTC and they may not sell. So there's a lot of maybes there. So there we are. Interesting stuff. All right, let me know your thoughts on that in the chat. Way to go. All right, so that is the crypto update. We're going to get into the Hex market update. Before we do that, we're going to get into some of the comments and say hello again. What else? We got Sandy Beach in the house there. Good to see Sandy Beach. Dave Down Under says, don't tell me we are one day closer, right? We are one day closer, Dave. Come on. We're always one day closer. That's what happens every day we wake up there. Brendan says he's doing a triathlon at the end of the year. Nice one, Brendan. I guess you're talking about yourself rather than me. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Sandy Beach in the house. Sandy Beach is living the dream at the moment in this beautiful beachside, what looks like a cottage mansion. Is it cottage mansion, Sandy Beach? And the UFO is back. Good to see UFO in the house too. Jen Hex is in the house. Hey, good to see Jen Hex, one of our syndicated partners on Hex Token Discord. And of course, Jen Hex killing it on Saturday shows there with panel shows. Absolutely amazing. Good one, Craig. Appreciate what you're doing for the community. Wookie's in the house there. Wookie was 130 kgs 6 years ago. Now 105. Nice one there, Wookie. And congrats. Jack X says, hey, Superman, bear markets are definitely good for learning. Really enjoys your streams and the AKA again for the links to the streams. Hey, welcome, Jack X. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And what else what got there? We got hello, Superman. Hey, Greg. Yep. What else? Now we got a few other stuff here. We can jump through that. Christian's in the house there. Hello, my family. Hey, good to see Christian Colin. And Kate Figure, what's up, Superman? And fellow Hexagons. Hey, Kate Figure. Good to see you in the house. Dave Downer says, ever since I got into crypto, it's been a backward slide. I've been buying big. My head is going to explode when prices go up. PulseX launches, yeah. Pulsechain, PulseX, yeah. We're waiting all for that patiently. Let's jump through that. Messier says distilled water is a must. I guess talking about for weight loss. Yeah, you got to have. I'm trying to have 1 or 2 glasses of water a day. So far I'm having about 1 glass, and so hopefully I'm just going to ease that into that. It's obviously water's a must, but people are so bad with water, generally speaking. BTC is hanging by a lifeline, says Christian. Katie says Kramer needs to retire. Yeah, Kramer can smoke me, says UFO. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of his, to be honest. A good month-long gut cleanse will help immensely. Yeah, that's true too. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's true. That is true, Brennan. I would agree with that. Or leave Krusty Kramer alone, says Kate Figure. That's funny, man. Tin Top says, I just saw a tweet from RH that Attorney General Arashan is suing Michael Saylor for tax evasion because he's never paid income tax in the district. Yeah. Hey, look, I don't take too much for that. I'm not, Attorney General. They're also dodgy, those ones. So I'm not a big favor of that. Davis says, almost died 6 days ago. Glad to be alive. Davis, man, we're glad you're alive too. And that's really sad to hear. But I'm so glad you made it through that. And well done, Davis, and good to see it back online again. And of course, get out there and live life. That's for sure, Davis. Live life. Stationary bike, super burn those calories. Yeah, we have got a stationary bike at the house. Accidentally, so I might do that too. But I'm doing the walks first. I actually enjoy it. So we've just, you know how we've had months of rain down here in New Zealand? Well, we've just had some really nice sunny days. Yesterday was the last day of winter for us. So this is the first day of spring, 1st of September, first day of spring today. So congratulations, all those in down under in Australia, New Zealand, Pacific Islands. Welcome to spring and goodbye to a winter. Now, I say that, but of course, we often get a lot of rain in the first month or something. But we will see. We're enjoying sunny days at the moment, so we're going to take that for sure. The funny ETH merge happens when my Fox release could be massive dump and coming to get your dry powder ready. Yet true. Al says Maximus petrels are coming. Glad as are ready. I know, Al. I am so excited. And of course, that's the title of the video. Maximus Audit looks good and launch dates soon. And of course, crypto and stock market news. Yeah, if you haven't gotten to the poll, do the poll. Which tokens is a better buy in the short term for the best price appreciation? Hedron, Hex, Icosa, or Maxi? Let us know in the chat there. Obviously, Hedron's already moved up a little bit there. Let's have a look here. We're going to jump through some of these. Check my pulses in house. Good to see check my pulse. Superman, we will moon soon, says Al. Woohoo, Superman, I like it. I like the attitude today, man. You guys are pumping. Massive breakout on Hedron. Sell wall at 4,300. About to be broken upside. Like it. Let's start getting to the charts now. I think that's good through the comments. We've got Hex at the moment at 4 cents. And of course, we've got the top of the Bollinger Bands at 7 cents and the bottom at 3.1 cents. We've got the middle of the price range there at 5 cents. The current price, of course, is just over 4 cents, and it's been trying to hold on to 4 cents. Hex struggling a little bit. I think we can all see that in the chart, but where it is holding at 4 cents, give or take. But of course, a lot of people questioning that. We got the EMA at 4.3 cents here in the yellow. This did signal a trend reversal. We haven't got this closing up at the moment, so hopefully we'll get something happening in the next couple of days because we want to get a bit more strength back in that chart. And what we have, if we get, like I say, Maximus launching with the perpetuals, they potentially could get 600 million over 21 days. They may only get a couple hundred million. They may get way more than 600 million. Who knows? We're going to find out. But a certain percentage of that is very likely to buy on the market. And that is the big catalyst for us coming up over the next 3 to 4 weeks for the Hex chart. So we do have a fundamental catalyst, not just relying on natural market buying and selling and TA and things like that. We do have a major fundamental coming into the market for the Hex price support there. But we also have a big stake coming out, which is coming out on the 1st, which is today, American time. Obviously, that's coming out too, so we're going to look at that. Let's have a look at the buyers. We've got the sellers slightly in control over the buyers, only slightly here. I mean, it's pretty close together, so we could cross back over. Let's see how we get on there. The RSI is down at 39, so, plenty of room to move for a rally. And, of course, we have got a positive crossover here. This is our best sign here. The stochastic RSI has got a bullish crossover. And, of course, we really want it to enter above 20 here and move up. So a bit like what we saw back here, zigzagged in here, and hopefully we'll get a nice little run on. And, of course, we have the perfect fundamental catalyst with Maximus. That is the talk of the town moving ahead. So, yeah, that is the Hex. Let's jump over to the Hex Whalebot. Obviously, over the last 24 hours, let's see what happened with the Hex Whalebot the last 24 hours. 23. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. We had some Hex stakes nuked. Look at those massive penalties. I feel sorry for these things. I'm not sure what happens there, but they got nuked. What else there? We had some stakes ending. 50 million Hex stake for 90 days. These are the short stakers we talk about all the time. So that's what happened there. 75 million Hex stake for 30 days. There we are. There's another one. These are the short stakers. And that, what else there? What else? 105,000 Hex nuked. That was 8 hours ago. So I think that was about it. And we just had 1 hour ago, we had a big buy. Look at this. Oh, big buy for 8.4 million. But then we had a sell an hour ago for 4.8 million. So let's have a look at the sell. Got any indications? No, nothing on that. So we had a big buy. Let's have a look at the big buy. Somi's, our friend, has put up here wallet 7C5 interacted with Gnosis Safe Proxy. wallet, the B86 Gnosis Safe, has 9.2 million Hex in wallet now. If someone knows where to click to get the original buyer wallet, please let me know. So that is cool. That is 9.2 million Hex in there now. Very, very nice. All right, cool. So that is from Somi. So we had a nice big buy, but unfortunately we had a sell there too. But the buy was bigger than the sell, so that's positive. And Hex currently at 4 cents. That's it. So let's get rapid fire into the charts. We got Maxi. Obviously, Maxi going to be the talk of the town coming up over the next few weeks. And of course, we're going to get into that. So we're currently at 94% premium. Yesterday, of course, we got up to this massive premium of 2.1. And of course, we had two big accounts sold into that. I think they sold 100,000 each or something. That sold us back down to 98%. We've just slowly drifted down. But of course, on the hourly here, we've still got a really nice up chart here. Let me move to the 4 hourly so you can see that in better view. That's kind of the 4 hourly there on our price movement. So that's not bad, right? So still looking really good for moving higher. We had a poll yesterday and around the Maxi Premium. And, I think I can't remember exact numbers actually now, but it was up. People were pretty bullish about it going up. Although I didn't have really an option for it going down. So maybe that's sad to be said. Let's look at the daily on a Maxi. And, of course, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. And I'm feeling pretty good about where this is going to head in terms of the future. So a 94% premium. Let's see what it can do when we get an official launch date announcement. Now, we do have an update from Dipcatcher. Woohoo! Keep up the great work, Dipcatcher. Of course, doing it like killing it like a boss there. With good old gold key as well, working hard there on the website. Just got the order back. They pointed out 3 simple things that need to be fixed, but these were the things that I had already identified and fixed during our test phase, which he did on videos. Maybe did a whole series of videos. It was about 10 videos, something like that. It was a lot, 8 videos maybe. Sending them back the updated repo now so they can publish the final report. Stay tuned for the launch announcement. That's what we like. We like action Jacksons in this community. And, of course, there we are, like a boss. So that is the update. Really, really cool. I don't know if we've had any updates since then, but so that's it. So stay tuned. Launch is going to be pretty soon. The announcement date, at least, will be soon. And I imagine it's going to be a short window until the launch from the announcement date. So he said ASAP. So ASAP is what I expect from that. So very, very cool. Order is good. Launch date is any time now. We will find out. So super bullish on that, folks. Super, super bullish on that. All right. So that's cool for Maxi. Let's see what the premium does as we get closer. Obviously, that Maximus is going to last for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So it's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. Cool for Hex and cool for Maxi. Let's see where this thing can go. Now, let's have a look to Hedron. Obviously, people talking about Hedron. Hedron has defied my expectations. In other words, it's done better than expected. And, of course, we did have the super bullish things, which I pointed out yesterday, the staking, and, of course, the deflation. That's sort of a longer-term fundamentals, but the market is going with that and continuing to push the price up, as opposed to when the Watsa NFT sale was over. Typically, when those kind of things that required multiple tokens, but heavily Hedron was definitely the biggest one. And of course, you often can get a sell-off afterwards. Now we did have a brief sell-off, but now the market's continued to rise, and so now we're at 4362. So let's pull up our Pumpermentals chart. Let's pull up our Pumpermentals chart here and take that and see where that's going to go. What's on that one there? Too far close there. So we're currently at 4362, and we have had a high of 4596, looking very good for support around this 3,500 here. That's already good. We've got some good support here at 4,000 too. So that's really, really positive. I know there'll be some comments in the chat there, but let's pull up the Pumpermentals chart and see what that looks like. So we're going to put in the price here now. And what did he say? 4362. 4362. Wow, that's gone up quite a bit since yesterday. 4362. And let's have a look. Bam. So yesterday we were 2.7x to get to 4 zeros. In other words, quadruple 01. And of course, and now we are now only 2.3 away. So that's pretty cool. Yesterday we were 1.9x away to the all-time high price of 7272 or 7,272. Now we are only a 1.7x away in terms of the price. So looking pretty good. Our theoretical price was 130 to the theoretical price of B share divided by average stake length of 000494. But now we are only 113x away rather than 131. So isn't that cool? That's really, really neat there. And of course, we are to get to 10x from the all-time low. 10,000x would get us just under 2/10 of a penny. There's some cool pumpermental numbers. We like to talk about those. All right, cool. So that is pretty interesting. And of course, what else has this resulted in? This has also resulted in the Hedron Deployer is just a filthy rich Hedron Deployer now. Look at this thing, $18.6 million and up to 12,000 ETH here. This thing is just getting richer by the day. And of course, it's got a ton of Hedron in here, just under 2.4 trillion. It is now worth, gone over the 10 million mark, now 10.2 million. It's also holding 3.3 million US dollars in there as well. It's holding 79 million Hex. That's worth $3 million as well. 3.2. It's got 1 million DAI stables. It's also got Maximus as the top wallet, and of course is the top wallet in Maximus. And what is that going to do? Will it participate in the team token there, or will it just hold the Maximus as a asset? Obviously, knowing that the team is going to burn 20% of the maxi that goes in there, plus put 50% in the mystery box. So we're going to talk about the mystery box in a second because we're going to come back to that. We're going to talk about that because it's going to be fun. We're going to speculate on the mystery box. And I want you to get your ideas in the chat there around the mystery box. Post them in there because we're going to talk about that. It's currently number one whale. What will a mystery box do in relation to Maxi? And of course, in relation to Hedron, because obviously with Maxi, if they go into the team token, that was a DAO token. They're going to make different revenues. They're going to make Maxi. They're going to make Hedron, Hex, and potentially other tokens in the team DAO. They could potentially, I guess, float them back to Icosa Hedron. I'm not sure what airdrop, if there's any airdrop function in there. I haven't checked that out, so let me know in the chat if you have seen that before. That'd be interesting. So what optionalities does the Hedron Deployer have? I do think that no expectations, of course, but I just can't help to think that it's going to be somewhat benevolent, just like the Origin account has been. And of course, we already see it do 1 million burn for the for Maximus already. So let's see. I'm speculating on these things, but let's see what it potentially could do there. Now, obviously, that is really cool. So look at this chart looking really great. And of course, if we pull in the all-time high, we've got the RSI is slightly overbought territory, but not too bad. It's just teasing itself along the top here without getting too overheated is the Hedron price. But if we start to get some bigger candles in here, this will go into oversold territory. At some stage, it will find some issues there, I would say. Obviously, there's also liquidity in the pool that's fairly liquid, I think, at this level. I haven't checked the liquidity pool for a while, but I think it's fairly liquid unless the liquidity has been improving as we've moved higher. I haven't checked that, so just take that as a caveat there. Let us pull in the full chart here and pull in the past here. So this was the all-time high back here, all the way at the beginning, up at 7272. And of course, look at, we're really starting to move there. I like a nice little staircase up, and definitely we've got so much stuff staked now. And of course, with the Origin account, head God well, don't move much stuff, then this is looking really, really good. All right, so that's cool. Let's have a quick look at Icosa. Icosa at the moment, obviously following Hex, and of course, it's down at $1.20 at the moment, so nothing too much to see there. That was a bit of a trick on the old poll there, because it's pretty much tied to the arbitrage and the HSI buybacks at the moment. So doesn't mean that it can't separate, but it'd be pretty weird in that case. All right, so cool. That is the Hex ecosystem charts. Like I say, we've got 4 at the moment. We're going to have 9 in the future. Now, let's pull back Maxi up because I want to speculate on Maxi. I'm just going to close down some of these other charts here that I've got. And of course, we're going to get into the BNB charts and the rest of the charts in a second. But I want to quickly talk about Maxi. Before we do that, we're going to get into the chat and catch up there quickly. I just want to speed through the chat there. Andrew Reynolds in the house there. Woohoo! Hex Token, g'day everybody. Superman will moon soon. Yeah, I talked about Andrew, massive break on Hedron. Yep, sell wall at 4,300 about to be broken to the upside. So that's cool to see. Yeah, I need to go into liquidity probably to see that. Adan says, time will tell, get your dry powder ready. I think 4 bottles of water a day. Love water. Yeah, well, you know, when you're starting back at water, you got to have maybe 1, get back up to 2. I think is a good amount. Hello, everybody. Your second Superman and Superman Crypto. Do you know the original back from 2017? Says Arizona. I'm not sure what you mean there, Arizona. Great take on the AG, Superman. Thanks for that. Davis in the house there. Good to see you, Davis. I love whiskey, but submit to water daily. I like that cat figure. What else have we got? I'm going to jump through some of these. Sorry if I miss your comments. What else there? We'll go through some of those. Through those. We've got Get Hex in the house. Get Hex. Hey, Hex Token family. Good to see you, Get Hex. We're going to jump through some of these. Go through those. Jump. Sandy Beach says, I'm home, guys. The first thing I did was buy some more Hex and Maxi. You're a legend, Sandy Beach. You're a legend. Andrew says, with all these projects launches, Icosa and Maxi additional coins, I'm pretty excited. And when Pulsechain finally launches, I think I'm going to pass out and then hit the buy button over and over. That's pretty funny. Let's go, Maxi and Hexkin, says KD. What else there? Let's jump through some of these. I think I'm almost up to date. Kate Figure says, see you later all. Maybe back later stream if I'm still away. Take care all. Hey, Kate Figure, appreciate it. And then DB says, when Pulse are 1 day closer. Hey, I'm almost up to date. How about that? Think the new Maxi tokens are out this weekend. Yeah. They're going to be as soon as possible, Tom Boss. As soon as possible. Now, what I want to say about this is the mystery box. The mystery box gets 50% of the Maxi that goes into the minting phase to mint team tokens. And then it also gets a whole double copy of the team tokens. So the mystery box is going to be an incredibly powerful agent. Obviously, one of the principles of Richard's Arts is always have, you know, the best valuations typically, or the best value is at the beginning when you've got concentrated ownership. So it definitely fits into that category. It also potentially is, there's no expectations around it, but it could potentially be benevolent like the Origin account and perhaps like the Hedgehoghedron Deployer maybe as well. We will see. And of course, these are all both derivatives on top of Hex. So that's kind of my opening symbol there. But what happens if the third phase, so we had the first phase is Maxi with the 15.2-year stake, 42,000 T-shares, the 30th biggest stake. And of course, people have owned that stake with the Maxi token. The second phase is what we've got coming up right now with the Team DAO token. And of course, with the perpetuals, the base, the trio lucky, and the Deckies X staking pools. And of course, we've got those coming up. And the third phase has been hinted to and confirmed at the, or at least hinted to with the Crypto Coffee interview right at the end of his interview with Dipcatcher. And that is talking about staking the ownership tokens of the staking pools, which would be fantastic, right? That makes the ownership tokens really bullish. Scarcity comes in, it's a big deal. So what happens if the mystery box, now I've got to remember what I was thinking last night. If the mystery box takes those team tokens, I'm just trying to remember what I thought. I thought this through really well yesterday. I'm just forgetting it now. That's horrible when you do that, isn't it? But basically, if it takes those ownership tokens, the team tokens and stuff like that, and ends up rewarding, that's where I was heading, rewarding those back to stakers. So what happens if the mystery box becomes part of the staking pool, where it rewards back some of those back to stakers, and or burns as well, burn some tokens. So I think that's kind of the next phase, is that maybe we could see some of that sort of airdrop / burning mechanisms coming from the mystery box. We will see. There's no expectations, but that'd be pretty cool. And of course, stakers get rewarded, right? Stakers get the inflation. Mystery box helps to do that. That gives the mystery box gets reissued as kind of inflation back to stakers. That'd be pretty cool. Also, burning would be even better in some ways, right? So that'd be cool too. So we will see what the mystery box does. There could be other tokens as well coming into the ecosystem. Maybe they invent some other tokens that have certain purposes. There's different mechanisms there. Let me know in the chat what you think about that kind of avenue of the future for the mystery box. I'd be happy. That's kind of where I was heading with that. All right, so cool. Here we are at 94% premium over Hex at the moment. And of course, we've got Hedgehoghedron here looking really, really good at 4,300 there. It looks like it's trying to break through, as someone said earlier. That is cool too. Let's get on to the BNB charts though. We've got BNB at the moment is at $279.70, down 1%. So keep that in the back of your mind, down 1%. Let's have a look at Pulse Dodge here. Pulse Dodge here, not doing too much, but up slightly, up 1.44%. And so that's doing not too bad against BNB. And that's up at just under 0.4 of a penny. We've got P33 looking really weak. P33 looking really weak here, down at 10 cents there. I don't know, is that a speculative entry buy, or is that just keep away from that chart buy? Obviously, that's related to free pulse and hot pulse list and things like that. So it's all part of that group of services within Pulsechain Hex. We've also got IM actually making a bit of a better play, and that's currently at 9,000. So that's actually doing a bit better compared to the other two charts there at the moment. We definitely want it to get consolidated over 10,000. So it's not too far away from that. We want to get consolidated over here, start moving itself back up. So we'll see. Now I've got Pulse SF back here, but it looks like it's pretty much gone bigger. I'm going to have to redo that chart because it looks a bit odd. All right, cool. Let us jump away. We've got Pulse Bitcoin there. We're talking about Pulse Bitcoin. So we're going to talk about that. So that's one of the airdrop tokens. So let's get into that first. Before we do, we're going to talk about the Wait token. Wait token is still in the range there. There's not much supplies being minted. Most people are just waiting for the Wait token, but we're just over 0.5% there at the moment. So not too much happening there. The Pulse Dodge coin, which has been the talk of the town, is actually doing pretty well. I mean, it's come back up the last couple of days, $3.89. And of course, I'm going to keep the plain green with Gunther in it. But the RSI is way oversold. So this could have a really nice run. It's not oversold territory, but it's way down the bottom here. It could have a nice little run there. Now, I do suspect that the staking and deflation will be coming pretty soon. And, of course, I think that we may see some innovations in this space from the Pulse Bitcoin founder. We will see. But Pulse Bitcoin will blow your mind. Make sure you are following Pulse Bitcoin. That's kind of the latest update there 20 hours ago. So I'm looking forward to this. I like mystery. This is crypto. I like a bit of mystery in crypto. Now, don't get me wrong. When I talk about crypto, I'm talking about I keep Richard Hart projects over here. They are the ones with the high probability of the big X returns. But then, of course, we've always going to have I always say the 5% rule. You put a bit of 5% in some of these other projects because they're going to be, you could make some nice coins. And it's more speculative though, right? So that's what we're talking about here. So let's not confuse those two things. Also, another thing he put here, 31st of August, should Pulse Dodge coin bridge or launch on Dogecoin. So teasing a few other things there as well. Might be good for onboarding new money in the Hex ecosystem. So we're all good for onboarding new people. That's what it's all about. So watch out for that one. It's currently at $3.89. It's had a nice little comeback. Pretty much bounced off, $3 mark. So pretty much where I said it was going to bounce back. A pretty good call. I think the only one that I've been a bit weak on in my calls have been the Hedron post, the WhatsApp, because typically with WhatsApp, end of WhatsApp, they typically would have a bit of a sell-off. But of course, we have a high staking narrative now, and that bodes well, I guess, moving forward. Plus, we have the Hedron November HSI auctions there coming up, and that's bullish too. But in the meantime, we could have a dip in between. We will watch out for that. I still think that's in the game. Let's see how we go with that. Just my opinions, of course, not investment advice. Let's go over to the related tokens. These are our wildcard ones. Excuse me. We've got PZN here. PZN here is doing not too bad. Let's go to the daily on PZN. Don't know if we got much days on this, but we'll go to day. Let's go to daily. That is the daily chart for PZN. And people got a lot of flack going down here. Obviously, there was a bit of drama around about it. Of course, we're no drama channel, so we just ignore that and move back up here. But it's currently at 0.6 of a penny, so looking pretty good. So congratulations to those who did well through this so far, PZN. And it looks like it's kind of at that level where it's got to make a decision whether it's going to break higher or not. So let me know in the chat if you're bullish on your PZN holders. I know some of you have PZN. I wish you the best of luck. This is crypto after all. So way to go. All right, so cool. Dodeca here. This has died. Oh my god. This is what I said. Someone asked me to review it. I hadn't reviewed Dodeca. I know David Feder did a nice review. and of course these reflection ones here. The problem with them is that the early sellers can sell off, and of course I think it's still up. I think someone was saying that it was 8 cents was the sacrifice amount or something, so it's still well above that. So it could still sell off all the way down to something like 8 cents quite easily. And at the moment it's at 28 cents. It did bounce off 20 cents here. But the problem with this is that so the idea of this is if you own 369 dodeca, then you will get Hex dividends from this, from the trading, that people that trade. So people that trade pay you in the dividends basically. But the problem is that the early people can sell off, the early whales, they sell off at the high prices when it pumps. And of course, if they got it at 8 cents and they're selling at $1.20, then obviously they sell, right? And then of course they look for the next best thing. The other thing, of course, is that over time, that means as the price goes down, the trading volume goes down, the amount of Hex you can buy goes down, and all sort of spirals itself downwards. That's the problem, and so forth. Yeah, so obviously you can, at 28 cents, you can pick up a lot more 369 dodeca a lot cheaper than you can at 50 cents or $1. But the problem is you've still got the same staircasing down issue as people sell down, at least down to 8 cents. So if you were going to probably enter it, you might want to wait till it enters down at least to the sacrifice price, the cost price, or maybe just above it. If you were ever going to do it, obviously, generally, I would just keep away from these tokens. So just remember that it's very speculative if you do. And if you do, then it would have to be, if it gets down close to the sacrifice price, the cost price, because you want people, presumably, you're not going to get too many people selling below cost, but you do get some type of people sometimes. Because maybe the market's is terrible, they sell below cost and they're just exiting, they're burning their position. So anyone that hadn't sold at the top and made their big profits is going to sell at the bottom, so under bad conditions. So just remember that. So yeah, at the moment 28.48 cents. So you can pick up 369 way cheaper than this, but once again highly speculative and likely just to keep cycling down in my view. It may pan out at some price and just keep going there for a little while, but I've seen a lot of projects go to zero. So just be careful out there on that one. Let me know how you think. That's just my opinions, of course, not investment advice. All right, so cool. That is where we're at. We're going to get the Hex daily stats. That's coming out. So we've got day 103. That's going to be hot off the press soon. Just waiting for that to update. Let me just go back in there. Let's get into some more comments in the chat, though. Got more comments. Let's go up the top here. UFO says, feeling sorry, I bagged up Hex at 6 cents and didn't smash Hedron, says UFO. Just the way it goes sometimes, UFO. I'm not able to, you've got Hex though, UFO, you got Hex, that's important. I'm not able to leave South Dakota till September the 6th. What's going on Wednesday or Thursday in Vegas? I'm driving back up, so maybe Kate Fergie can answer that and Sam, because I know that Kate and Brian are going to Las Vegas. For sure, I feel later down the line, Maxi will reward people who got into all of their coins with some of the mystery box. Yeah, I think so. No expectations, but yeah, I think that might happen. Yeah, no, if you missed Hedron dip in June, buying now is very high risk after 2,000% pump. Yeah, I'm with Exod on that. I think we both agree on that one. What's in the box? What's in the box? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. And Maxi Heck, well, we know it's not that a mystery. We know it's in the box. It's going to have a copy of all the team tokens and 50% of the Maxi that's minted into team token. Maxi Hex ratio limit orders can give more of either fairly safety. I agree. I think Hex Hodder and I agree on that. That's why I've been talking about the Maxi play. I think that's the next big play going ahead. We have got the poll though, and the poll at the moment still got Hedron and Hex in front, but I do think that Maxi is the play. And I think a lot of you guys are ignoring the fact that Maxi's about to launch over the next 3 weeks. So, hey, the poll is the poll. It's not my, I'm not one voting. So we'll see what the results are in a second. We should look at Pulse's end, only 800 holders, says Dan Dog. Yeah, that might play on a scarcity play. It seems to have got back up to 0.6 of a penny, so it looks not too bad. But the code is a little bit shaky there around the swapping mechanism, at least. And mate, what else there? Property view and house there, very nice. Good to see property view. What are all the legit airdrops now for Hexkins? Wait, Pulse Dodge. Wait, yeah, Pulse Dodge, yeah, others, yeah. I think there are probably a few others. We have got that on our list. I probably need to get that list out again there, Andrew. Great show today, says probably view. I appreciate that. How about Pulse Zen, Conrad Zen, says Dan Dog. Yeah, I think we talked about that already in the live stream, so we'll jump through that. I have added PulseZPZN on the chart, so there we are. Hex Auto says, Dodeca hard at work pumping our Hex. It is for at least a limited time, possibly Hex Auto, at least for a limited time. I was telling the truth. Lol says Sandy Beach. Pumping that. And what else we got there? Dodeca looks like a rug pull city, says Briz. Yeah, it's probably, I'd shy with that. Tend to agree with that one. The pumping Hex, brah, don't worry about the price. That's true. The price doesn't matter. It's pumping Hex. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the difference with this particular product. It is actually buying Hex with the trading profits. So once again, that may help it to keep going for a while. Hex Auto may help that keep going. We definitely need more stuff that's designed to pump Hex. I agree with that, and that's why we love Icosa and so forth. Andrew's in house there. Good to see Andrew. Thoughts on the Matty Allen Smart Vault? Yeah, I had a quick look at that video with all the 20 content creators on there. It was all very dramatic. That's one way to promote your product, though, right? If you're going to do that. So, yeah, I mean, it looked good. Smart contract. Really, it's just about locking up your Pulse and PulseX. I guess, like Hex Auto would say about anything designed to pump Hex is good. Anything designed to pump Pulse and PulseX is good if it gets people's things off the market. I did think I liked the idea, if I remember rightly, that it had a nominated account. So if you get hacked and someone tries to, under certain circumstances, try to claim it, that it would go to a nominated account. That seemed like a very smart way of getting it out of a compromised wallet. So yeah, sure, that seems a reasonable product there. Your haircut looks Superman. Hey, if I appreciate that, man. Hexos says, dude, I'm being sarcastic. Come on, says Hexotto. Are you talking to me, Hexotto? Anything that's designed to pump Hex. Well, the problem with this is that you lose capital, right, Hexotto? You lose capital, but generally speaking, anything designed to pump Hex is generally good, unless it is going to spiral down on your capital and then you lose it all. I like Matter's project. Delegate a small bag of your sack to it for the future developments and claims. Buying Hex pumps Hex. You needed Hex for Maxi and derivatives coming up. Yeah. Well, it's the normal play is that if you had Ether USDC, you buy Hex, it pumps Hex, it pumps Maxi, pumps Hedron, and all the other pairs that are associated. So that's typically the flow there. Miss Beach, what else there? Katie says, I like them. I like more security in our wallets. Haircut does look sharp, man. Hey, thanks, Tail7. What else there? Hope everyone is doing good, says Tail7. I think so. I think everyone's doing pretty good. Cool. All right, so that's nice. That's it. We're waiting for the results for day 1003. 1003, so we're waiting for that to come off. In the meantime, we're going to talk about the big Hex stake that's coming out. So let's get to that. We won't go. Let's go to all of the end of the year. That's pretty cool. March, February. Man, the year is getting really short on this chart. Man. Oh, that's close enough. It's not quite the end of the year, but it's close enough. There is our big stake coming out. Woohoo! It's coming out, man. Tomorrow, I guess. It's there it is. So 1st of September. That'll be my first live stream tomorrow. It's already the 1st of September in New Zealand, but I guess that's coming out tomorrow. I guess so. Yeah, 1st September, it is 1,273,000,000 Hex. I think that just most of it will probably go restake, but some of it may go into perpetuals. We will see. That'd be interesting. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if it'd be cool if it did. Particularly the base token. If people are short stakers, if there's short stakers in there, maybe it will go into the base token. But if there's some longer stakes in here, maybe they might go into the 3-year or something like that, the trio. We will see, but that's the big candle. And, of course, after that, we do still have some decent candles following. You know, that's 290, 290, 230, 290, 230. So there's, even in these fourth candles, there's a billion, over $1 billion in here too. So really, we've got this billion candle, but then we've got all that lead there. We come down, then we've got a couple other candles. That's 279. That's 450. So that's almost $500 million. So we've still got this front running stakes, so we've still got a lot of volume there. So what's that? 2.5, probably 3 billion in here at the front of the wave. 3 billion and then we get smaller ones, but then we've still got some decent size there. So yeah, we'll keep watching out of that. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze there for a second, so sorry about that. It's not great for live streaming, but some just the way it goes. There we are. Woohoo! Day 1003, hot off the press, folks. You saw it just update as we looked at it. 31st of August, the end of winter or the end of summer in the north. It is the last day of the season. And of course, the 31st of August, we have the price down 1.6% at 4 cents. Hex is holding on to this 4 cents. Look at that, 4 cents, 4 cents, 4 cents, 4 cents, 4 cents. Is trying to hold on to this price. I know that I think was it Trayvon that did a video earlier telling Hexkins, what's going on here. This doesn't look quite right. I think he was talking about the price. I didn't actually watch the whole video, but if that was what he was talking about, it is definitely trying to hold on to 4 cents there. And of course, we have got the base, the Maxi products coming up. What will that do for the Hex price? We will find out. The T-share price there, we've got the Hex payout today is pretty good, 6.269. I saw Briz post that in the Discord. And of course, that means we've got some penalties in there. The T-share price is $935. The share rate is only up 1x per T-share, up to 23,300 as we head towards 24,000 is the next big mark there. The average stake length is 6.55 years, which is pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That means inflation is deferred in the future, and inflation on inflation. APY yield, annual percentage yield rate, the net yield is inflation. And of course, emergency in-stake penalties, EES, is 38.39%. The amount of the Hex in the pool is up about 6 million from yesterday. The amount of USDC in the pool is down 120,000, sorry. 120,000, and the ETH is the same as yesterday. Let's go to the T-shares. T-shares are up dramatic after 5 days of decreases in the ownership pool. T-shares, the ownership pool, it's up 21,734. So we're back at 10,442,000 T-shares in the ownership pool. The reward pool has the inflation and penalties. The ownership pool of that reward pool is currently at 10.4 million, a trillion shares there. So pretty cool. All right, let's jump over to here. We had massive decrease in circulating supply with those big Hex stakes, down 148 million, so that's not too bad. Change in circulating supply and increase in staking. So that decreased, that increased. That's cool. And we had, what else we got going on here? We had the stake percentage of coins, 9.68% of all Hex is staked at the moment. Remember, the vast majority of Hex is controlled by the Origin wallet, somewhere around 90%. And of course, it has about something like 12-13% of the staking coins at the moment, based on the last numbers I saw. All right, so the penalties is 2.9 million Hex penalties. That's a good day in the office. If you're holding Hex T-shares, you got a nice bumper there in payment on top of the inflation that you would have got. Remember, Hex is pretty much Bitcoin with a proof of work change. In other words, it's the stakers get paid the inflation in the ecosystem and they mint it themselves. All right, so let's have a look at these clicks to 107,280. Now, that is really cool. Now, I encourage everybody, just get out there, whatever you do, whether it's in chats online or around your local area. You can do pamphlets or stickers or just online comments, whatever you want to do. Post hex.com around. And of course, we can continue to, as a community, to expand the current stakers and grow the community, right? That's what we do. Now, obviously, the current holders is up 113 wallets to 310,000. We've got the total holders here up 246 to 491,162, heading towards 500,000. That's our next big target coming up out of these stats. Very cool. We're currently on day 1004, heading up to 3 years for Hex. It's 1,095 days. And of course, we're getting closer and closer, 91 days to go. That is basically 3 months, right? So bring it on, rock on, as we say. 3 months to go to 3 years for Hex. And then, of course, we're in our 4th year after that. 4th year of the greatest scam coin in the world. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, so there we are. Do I get rug pulled? I'm sure Briz will come and rug pull me off. All right, cool. That's pretty much how we roll there. That is the market update. So how are we doing for time? An hour and 5, not too bad at all. We got that big candle coming out. Let's see what happens. I suggest that most of it will just get restaked. And of course, a lot of this front running short staking stuff probably gets restaked as well. But will the perpetuals eat up some of this supply here? We've got supply here at the front of the wave. Will we get some of that eaten up? We will find out. There's probably 3.5 billion in here or something as a quick estimate. Will some of that go into the perpetuals, the base, the trio, lucky, and the techie? We will find out whether these guys are watching the Maximus products or not. And obviously, even regardless of that, over time, these are breaking up. These stakes are breaking up over time. And of course, they restake at different time periods. And every so often we get someone decides to sell out. That's pretty much what we see. So we'll see how we go. Obviously, Pulsechain's still coming. We've still got the Heart Wallet coming. Big sacrifice. So the circulating supply is getting eaten up slowly and surely. Patience is required as we move forward. Cool. That is cool. Let's close down some of these sites. We're going to close down all the extra stuff here. We're going to get down just to the nitty gritty. So let's do that. And we've got the Hex chart there. We're going to close that down too. Let's get into the main events here. We've got quad charts here. We're going to close down the BNBs and the airdrops, and we're going to close down everything else. We have covered everything we're going to cover today. And of course, here we are. We've got Hex at the moment holding on to 4 cents at the moment on the hourly there. That's the hourly chart for Hex. We've got Maxi at 94% premium over Hex. This is my pick for the weeks ahead is good old Maxi. And of course, with the launch of Maximus Base and Trio, Perpetuals, just seems like a no-brainer. And of course, Hedron here holding up like a boss at 4,300. And of course, Icosa here following Hex at $1.22. That's kind of where we are at this stage. Let's get into some of the comments though, and let's see where we get to. Let's go back up the top here. Dan Crypto, thanks, man. Hope everyone is doing well, says Talsim. I think that's where we got up to. Brazosi says, yeah, the hacker firewall of the smart vault is pretty cool. You could do 2-week or 1-month lockups to help prevent from hacks. Yeah, I think so. It seems like a good product. So I couldn't see much wrong with it. Always a fulfilling review, Superman. Another 5-star rating. Hey, I appreciate that. 5 stars. I like that. That's pretty cool. Appreciate it, man. Lots of love out to you, man. Ash Tree says, woohoo! The big stake whale gonna party tomorrow. Yeah, let's see. Let's hope some of that front of the wave goes into the base token. That's a 1-year lockup. Who knows? If they were going to go into anything, that captures future yield and may get a premium on that. That's the play. Let's see how that plays out. That Dodeca is odd because the creator is right out front and make videos. You wouldn't think he would rug. Says Bob Wells. Yeah, I saw that video, Bob Wells, on Dave Fedder's video. You set your limit orders low in case it dumps. It's like winning a lottery. The only thing I was going to say, Bob Wells, the only thing you can trust is good immutable code, right? Now, not to say that anyone's particularly good or bad, but if you think about crypto from a pure sense, it's really the mathematics and the code that you're trusting. That includes, that doesn't matter who you're talking about, even if they're the angel of the community. It really doesn't, this doesn't matter. Dirty Paws says, yes, great review. Thanks for the stream. Hey, Dirty Paws, you're welcome. Max Hexy premium dumped to like 125 and pumped to 2 in like a day. 6 little. Yep. You are a maxi. You missed Hedron. Oh, well, Superman, says Bungie. What makes you think that Bungie's jump? What makes you think that? I don't talk about my position. Wink, wink. He covers Hedron and even stuff that's designed to pump X, like Pizan. Yeah. Bungee jump. I cover all these products every single day, twice a day. Just to let you know that. If you're new to the channel, then you better go back and watch every single video I've done. Feel free to enjoy yourself on that one. Man, oh man. I cover them more than anybody else. So there we are. That's I do 2 streams a day covering these products every day. So just make sure you get your info right first. Come on, Robbo. Yeah. Hedron showing 400 now. Bye. Sell wall to the moon. Absolutely. Satoshi says, hashtag party. Hedron broke the 420 resistance, says Hexodot. Nice. Ivan Trago, I will break you. I like that. All right, very, very cool. That's where we're at the moment. Hex at 4 cents. 94% premium of Maxi over Hex. Hedron at 4,300. There is a gap between now and November, but if this holds up to November, that's very impressive obviously with high staking and the inflation over time tied to the Hex share rate. That's kind of bullish for this, especially with so much of the volume that is liquid held by the Origin account and Hex Goldwell, as well as I think the SA account as well. So not too bad there. That is, we're going to wrap up pretty shortly. I'm going to be back on in 5 hours' time. We're going to be talking about all these charts again and any extra news we get. Maybe we'll get some news out of Maximus. That is the big project launching imminently. We'll get a launch date next. And, of course, 21 days of pumpermentals for Hex for the perpetuals with the base trio, Lucky and the Dicky, 1 year, 3 years, 7 years, and 10 years staking pools. And, of course, the Team DAO token, which could be pretty impressive moving forward. You will get what will you get there? You're going to get 50% of the bigger pays better from the perpetual staking pools. You're going to get 30% of the maxi over year 3, 6, and 9 at 5, 10, and 15% respectively. You're going to get all the hedron from the perpetuals, and you're going to get other tokens as the product range expands, because it is the DAO token of the Maximus team, and that could end up being very lucrative indeed. So it's going to be fun to see all that play out, folks. But of course, it will pump perpetuals, will pump X, and particularly getting the circulating supply off the market, and some percentage will go to buy on the market for Hex. The other thing, of course, the team will pump Maxi, because people that put Maxi in, 20% is going to get burned, 30% is going to the reward pool for the team holders, and of course, 50% is going to the mystery box. If the mystery box acts benevolent, then that's going to be super bullish for the environment, which I can't see why it wouldn't, but no expectations, as they always say. All right, cool. I think that's a good place to wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed the review today, and I'll see you in 5 hours' time. Bam! Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, hit the like button. That's how we rock and roll on this channel. What else there? Just saying a few other comments there. Hedron next stop Mars says UFO. I like it. Hedron looking really strong, says Brennan. Thanks for the stream, says Hex Total. Will the chart move like early Hex days of Hedron? I'm not sure. Maximus perpetuals, we wait for you. Now let me finish the poll. We've got the poll. We're going to get into the poll. 92 votes in the poll. We're coming up to an hour and 15. I've got 2 minutes to go before I have to finish up. Which token is better to buy in the short term for the best price appreciation? Hedron 50%. So the people have spoken. That is 46. Was it 46 people? 50% has got Hedron as the better pick. Hex is at 29%, which is pretty strong. All you hardcore hexagons, I love it. And of course, Maxi at 18%. I'm a little shocked by that. We will find out, of course. Koza there at 2%. That makes sense. That makes sense as well. So very, very cool. All right. Andrew Raydon says, good stream, Hex Token. Don't forget to take us on the GoPro walk when the weather is good next time. Would love to see some great places around New Zealand. I will do that, Andrew. I've just got to queue up the camera. I've got cameras, but the video quality is just too poor on them, so I have to fix that up. Thanks, Superman says, Briz. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for the tweet earlier, Briz, too. And I want me some mystery box, says UFO. Yeah, who knows what the mystery box will do. It's going to be fun. But that third wave of staking the ownership tokens, man, could that be cool? That could be massive pumpermental for Maximus. I'm liking the third phase. That's after the phase coming up. Superman, thank you. And you're my role model. AL, appreciate that. And thank you for the great stream, says Sandy Beach. And cheers, says Brennan. Hey, nice one. Appreciate the nice comments. We're gonna wrap up here, and let me play out a cool video. We're gonna pump it up. Of course, we are getting excited. Maximus is about to launch the team and the perpetuals. I'm excited about that. Hope you are too. Let's play out the Power City Core trailer and take care, everybody. Bye for now. Peace.
this looks a little bit weird. You've got Evan here holding a shear, but this is a masterclass in how you bring photos to life. Because here, this is Mr. Richard working in air conditioning. And so what we're gonna do, we've got the sunlight coming in. We're using the shear here just to soften it. And now give us the Florida summer breeze, please. Look at that Florida summer breeze. And then we just have the camera move just like that. Tell me that is not so much more cinematic than just seeing a darn photo on the screen. That's right, my friends, some more moving magic, right, Evan? Moving magic.
Movie magic.
Doesn't feel some pickups here, got some amazing robot action. Check out the move Tristan has planned. So we're here on the magic wall of Richard Hart. Tristan, go ahead and show them the move. It's this like smash, right? So it like moves really quick, which for like a camera, it's very fast. We're gonna do playback here so you can see it on the screen. What we're doing is showing you the Hex.com website, but then the camera just flies in right on that 38% yield. Wow! Look at that. That is movie magic, my friends!
Pretty epic.
It's a little awkward on camera. It's his first time on social media. Isn't it cute?
Okay.
It's cute.
Oh, I see. Good now.
Okay, so October 2021, I packed my life up and moved to America. 6 months later, I'm on set working with a $150,000 robot. I'd never operated one before, nor even been in the presence of one. And as a filmmaker by heart, this was super exciting. Now, did I think I'd just pack my bags in Australia and waltz onto this set so quickly? Absolutely not. All of this happened so quickly. I usually stop and think, how? How did I go from living a simple life by the beach to working on a younger self's dream set? One thing the robot taught me is we are only limited to what we think we can do.
In the reflections on it to make it so we just do it this way.
I'll tell you this, over the 2 weeks working on set, it was thrilling, sometimes even scary. This piece of machinery moves quick. Overall, it was incredible to see the shots that came from using the robot. It's a massive step in elevating the production, but also made it fun and exciting to see everyone's reaction when the DP shouts, "Robot moves." If only I could tell my younger self that I'd be here today. I wonder what he would have to say.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you
as well.
How's it going? Look at the bling. Flexing, hard flexing.
You know he did the watch for me.
Man. So what's in here? What's this?
Show us.
Maybe we should find out who you are first. Tell me about you, man.
I'm Art Oracle. I really enjoy everything you've ever done here
You
to
Hex
get us going.
You
Oh,
Hex
Hexican big time.
Nice, man.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you get in?
Why did I get in? Because you had the best. You absolutely had the best. I did my research, man.
Nice, man.
I was a Bell Labs researcher for 30 years.
That's
I
amazing.
knew exactly what I wanted.
Oh, the frame, my God. That's beautiful. That's really great. That is exactly the style that I love, man. Sparkly, wealthy, rich, high contrast.
Diamond
You
studded.
hit it, man.
Diamond
Totally
Yeah,
hit it.
studded
gold everywhere,
gold.
mountains of gold everywhere there.
I gotta say, it's pretty cool that someone would get in a private jet, have an amazing piece of art commissioned by apparently an extremely famous artist. You know, I hear that he knows 6 presidents and he's on the board of directors of some fancy stuff. Tell me the idea. Tell me the idea. How'd you get the idea?
But the ones that is really like dedicated, have discipline and passion for what they do, they become very successful like you. So this is really, symbolize and epitomize, success in such a big way.
I love it, dude.
It's you.
Thank you, man.
My
Thank you so
pleasure,
much.
man.
It's sick.
Great, I'm
it's
so
really
happy
sick.
that Arthur commissioned me to do that.
Nice. Ooh. Yeah, look at that.
For inviting us and
Thank you, man.
amazing, yeah. Thank
Hey,
you so much.
anybody that wants to come on a jet and bring amazing art to me, I'm welcoming them. What a great and wonderful thing.